Real talk. Real talk. So the other day, a friend of mine came over for drinks and chats and what have you. He's a really, like, this guy's one of my best friends. I mean that deeply. Like, he's probably one of my best friends in the whole wide world. Like, always there. Always there, always willing to, like, lend a hand, or likewise I'll be there for him. Like, love him to death. Love him to death. But we got into a bit of a conversation last night. Not the other night. It wasn't last night. But anyway, he looks at me and says, you should say, before you say anything, this is what I believe. And that got to me a little bit. No, I don't think I should. I think I need to pretense what I say, because what I'm saying is what I believe. What is coming out of my mouth is my belief. And we got in like a good 20-minute argument, circular arguing, what have you. And he said, well, some people might be offended by what you say. And to which point I was like, fuck them. Fuck them. Absolutely. Fuck them. I'm not a thought police, man. Like, alright, getting ahead of myself. Yeah, fuck them. I'm gonna say what I... Right? I wouldn't be saying something if I didn't believe what I was saying, right? I wouldn't just be like, the world's flat. Be like, I believe the world is flat. What does that gain you? Nothing. Too many words. What you say is what you're feeling. What you're feeling is what you think. What you think is what is coming out of your mouth, right? That's why, by God, the First Amendment, the United States of America, freedom of speech. I love it. Even though other people are going to use it horrendously, I still love it. Because that allows me to be able to say whatever I want. Whatever I want. I can say things. The most fucking gross, horrid things. I can say that. Freedom of speech does not equal freedom from consequence. However, might I add. Because you can say whatever you want, but chances are things will come back to bite you in the ass. That said, sometimes you need to just speak up. Sometimes you need to stand up onto a stage and make people laugh. There's part of me I really would like to try one day stand-up comedy. But my problem is I think I know it too well. I think I know stand-up from the beginning, like Lenny Bruce. Lenny Bruce. Guy who's like 5 minutes on stage, 2 minutes. He walks on stage and goes, and there's cops dragging him off, right? Like, could you imagine that? Could you imagine that? Having that kind of, holy shit, we cannot let this man speak. We can't hear what this man has to say. I've heard his stuff. It's funny, you know. But 5 minutes, you only get 5 minute snippets because otherwise, gone, bitches. Poof. So an Irishman, a Jew, and a. I didn't get to the priest yet. Like, son of a bitch. And it was the right, too. Those people were like, my God, you're not allowed to say that. You cannot say that. My God. Police officers, indecency. Decency. This is not. This talk is improper and horrible. Why would you even give a man a pay for a stage like that? And then one night, Bruce is in the back of the paddy wagon. Out front of the stage was a young man named George Carlin. And they're like, do you have your paperwork, sir? Do you have your identification cards? No. Into the back. Could you imagine that? Suddenly you're in with one of the greats. This actually had meaning, right? It's just words. It was words. It's never actions. I guess it's something that we have to kind of look at today. Words and actions. I'm sure that'll come up a little bit later. Never George Carlin. Wow. Now pops Carlin and starts doing his thing. 7 words you can't say on television. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm not going to steal his bit. You can look this up. 7 words you can't say on television. Right? All of a sudden you can't say it on the internet either. What? Ding ding, bitches. Yep. Can't say these words. Then Richard Pryor shows up. My God, what a man. People talk about like the Jeff Foxworthys and like that kind of stuff. The southern tour. Get her done, that's right. Fuck, I might get flagged for that. I don't know. Words. You're flagging me for words. Larry the Cable Guy. He was huge, but I liked it. I thought he was funny. He did a good job. Jeff Foxworthy, those guys fine. But backtracking. Sorry, Richard Pryor. And this and that and Edward. I'm too white to even bother. George Carlin said it, but I feel he has he had that last bit. Because even Richard Pryor came back from Africa. That's one of my favorite routines he does, is when he comes back from Africa. And he's like, look around you, Richard. What do you see? He said, I see a bunch of men. It's like, yep, not a in sight. He went, yep. That's comedy. That's one of those things, isn't it? You stop and you hear these voices of these men, right? And Eddie Murphy sitting there talking about when Bill Cosby called him up, and he's like, Hey, I hear you're saying some of the. I could do Bill Cosby. I'll do Bill Cosby because the guy did some fucked up shit. But I'll do him. Why? Because I used to love Bill Cosby. I thought he was the greatest. But Bill, you can't drug the women. As soon as you do that, you become less of a funny guy and more of a Weinstein. Son of a bitch. That guy. This makes it even more funny because Eddie Murphy's talking about the time that Bill Cosby called him and said he was too vulgar on stage. And then Eddie Murphy called Richard Pryor and he said, "You tell that old bastard to fuck off." I'm changing some of the wording, but Eddie, check it out. It's magnifico. It's a beautiful thing. And then you get like 2021 and that joke just resonates even more. Oh my God. That's the worst sort of shit about that, isn't it? Their actions. We get into that sort of stuff. It's like Louis C.K. I'm a deviant person as well. Like I indulge in the other side of things. Who gives a shit? Just like, but it's known. All right. Yeah. All right. Fuck. If I was in Louis C.K.'s shoes, if I was Louis C.K. and everybody would know that I'm probably going to masturbate later on tonight. There's going to be a show at like 5, but it'll be in this room. Come in if you're interested. Don't just whip it out. You don't just whip it out. God, I'm a deviant. I'm a perverted deviant. There. Hang out if you want. I have good parties. Kinky. I'll show you my bed. It's amazing. Built it myself. Out of steel. There's places you can hang people from it. Not in the disgusting death kind of way, but in like the kinky fun kind of way. Like a human pinata. You know, like spank and whip and tell them how dirty they are. Because it's fun. Makes you feel alive. Louis, all you had to do was just say that, like, at this time I'm going to jack off. Leave if you're not comfortable. My house. This was happening. Anyway. That's my 2 cents on that. Then you get to stuff like Dice Clay. Andrew Dice Clay, man. Like, look at him. Fuck. His nursery rhymes were magical. Dice is magical. I'm so glad that he is continuing on. I am so very, very glad that Andrew Dice fucking Clay is still doing his comedic shit today. Different forms, but I'm sure that you throw on that leather jacket and fucking put that suit right around like that. Old Mother Hubbard went to her cupboard to give her poor dog a bone. But when she bent over, Rover took over. Oh, gave her a bone of his own. I know all of them. I think they're magical. Georgie Porgy, puddin' pie, jacked off at his girlfriend's eye. When that eye was blue and shut, Georgie fucked that one-eyed slut. But I bet you he's not the same, though. Isn't that weird? Dice Clay was vile, vicious, horrible to listen to. Midgetology. Face down, ass up. That's the way I like to fuck. You know, like that. But you know who's still working? Dice. That's so good to see. It is so good to see. I wish he had more. I really do. I think he's a brilliant man. I think he's a brilliant actor. I think he deserves more than he's gotten. Abso-fucking-lutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. Andrew Dice Clay deserves more than he ever fucking got. Right? Like, he's amazing. He really is. He's a really, really and a solid guy, I can tell. I can tell. You can tell. That's the difference, you know. And then there's Bill Hicks. Bill Hicks. Far too young. But somebody who burnt that bright, I don't think deserved to even continue, right? Like, there's a thing about that man, he was fire. He was fire. Smoked, drank, did everything right. It was fuck. I'm older than he is now. Like where I am physically in my existence, right? Like he only made it to his early 30s before he died of cancer, right? He did a set for Letterman, and Letterman pulled it. Because it was apparently too bad for TV. Then years after he's dead, Letterman had his mom on, and they watched the whole thing together. And Dave said, "There's not a goddamn thing in there that I should have cut." Dennis Leary's still rocking. I don't want to say anything bad about Dennis Leary. I'm sure he has a wife and kids and need to be fed and all that shit. I used to really like him too. And then I found out what happened about No Cure for Cancer, and then I heard Bill Hicks stuff, and I'm like, why'd you screw your friend like that, man? Like, why would you? Like, then I heard you doing a Dennis Leary. If you ever fucking hear this, if this becomes something big, I watched your Dodge Ram or your fucking Chevy, whatever the fuck commercial that you did, and I knew that Bill was laughing the whole fucking time. That. Every time I heard that fucking commercials, those commercials where you're like, or Ford truck, that's what it was. Ford truck, and Dennis Leary's voice, man. Fuck you, man. I don't like advertisements any more than Bill does. I get it. You're sucking Satan's cock. Goat boy wants his money. boy. I wish I had that. I wish I could use that. My God. Goat boys. Titillated. Oh. Bob Saget. What a guy. How could you even, like, wow. Wow. What you did. What you did. It's amazing. I'm going to become America's next family dad. Get that look. Oh, tell me what's wrong. Stephanie. Hey guys, these are some funny videos. AIDS. Fisty AIDS. Oh, the AIDS. I will fuck your day up. You listen to my shit. Holy Jesus. I was like, wow. Wow. Got into after. I know Carlin did the same thing with Shining Time Station, but whoo, right now it'd be like Doug Stano posting like Mr. Dress Up. Oh my God, that would just be, or Mr. Rogers' Place. I can't. Oh my God, could you imagine? Doug, it's Bulldog. We met. I talked like, how about this? I was about this when I was talking to you the first time I ever met you. It's because my idiot buddy, was locked outside the door, and I had to get him in, but I had a really bad throat infection, which is why I sounded like this. And then you said, does WWF charge you for using their voice? And I said, yeah, a little bit. Anyway, that's a little Doug Stanhope. I met Doug Stanhope. And my friend Bill, what a doofus. Fuck. Oh, anyway. Mr. Rogers, starring Doug Stanhope. Ladies and gentlemen, put your heads together. It's a beautiful day. And in the suits, you can change your jacket. Oh my God. Yes. Oh, you change your jacket when you walk out. It's a different jacket. And you're like still angry and drunk and smoking a cigarette. Well, you'd have something different. Let's substitute shit. I'm pitching this. You walk in with a lollipop, and the whole time you're doing lollipops. And you're drinking from Mr. Teapot, and you're just drinking tea. I love tea. Don't you, boys and girls? My God, I think this is so fucking good. Mr. Rogers doesn't have any kids of his own because he's had an abortion. You want an abortionist, children? Pilot, one and done, bitches. Woo. Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm the mayor of this city now. Normally, I would be yelling at city council, but today I am doing it my way. I am now running this. Your king has been disposed of because we don't have a monarch in my country anymore. Oh my God. Wow. Man, I feel good. I feel so much better. Laughter is. I was miserable today. Fuck that. I was just down in the dumps. And now I like pictures. Doug Stanhope. I had things to talk about. Bob Saget and all that. I'll get back to that. But all I could right now is I'm just so happy picturing Doug Stanhope as Mr. Rogers. Oh, dear universe, I'm birthing this. Doug, if you watch this, just please, one episode. Do it the whole like half hour thing. Go to the land of make believe and all that. I'm just the whole fucking deal, man. Oh, brilliant. Telling you. Oh, it was so good. That was better than an orgasm, motherfucker. Whew. It all went. Just everything went away. You know what? We'll pick it up next time. Bob Saget. Yeah, no, I'm too happy now. I just don't. It's gone. Just joy, like legitimate joy. It's so much fun. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, it's too good. It's just too funny. Oh. In my head, anyway. I'm sure other people won't do that. I get back in there. Could I? Let's see. Maybe this will be a test. Where was I? Let's see. Bob Saget. So yeah, Bob Saget and George Carlin decided that this is something that we can utilize. Everybody's gonna know us. Shush. And all of a sudden, we're the good people. I'm Mr. Conductor. He even said that. I'll teach you how to raise your kids. Trust me, I'm the conductor. Mr. Conductor. Bob Saget, he did it so well. AIDS. Apparently he has. Jump back one thing. I know where this is going, but for now we're going to go to here. Norm Macdonald, fellow Canadian. Norm, much love. I think you should have been on the last episode of Conan. Just saying. Your moth joke is it's pie. Every now and then I just throw it on just to listen to it and be like, wow. That's amazing. You did the roast of Bob Saget so magnificently because everybody else is up there doing this horrendous, horrible thing. You fucked the Olsen twins, did you? Ha! Up comes Norm Macdonald, and he's like, "Hey, Bob, where do you find hippopotamuses. The last place you left them. And it's just one after another. After another. After another. It's just this. Of the most clean and beautiful jokes anybody could ever tell to Bob Saget. And Gilbert Gottfried is in the background, dying. Like you're killing Gilbert Gottfried. And he's dying because it's so funny that you did everything that you like. It's Canadian comedy, man. That's great. Like, I mean, like I love South Park's Terrence versus Phillip. Or Terrence versus Phillip. Where am I going with this? I wonder. Terrence and Phillip. Fart humor. It's just Canadian. Right? But then you get into stuff like, and then Kenny versus Spenny. I didn't know how to feel about that, to be honest, boys. It's a hard act, but I mean, it like every day, man. It got more and more and more and more. Oh. I'm so stoned. I don't even remember what I was talking about. I'm gonna cut this part out or not. Whatever. Canadian. Yes. That's good. Kenny versus Spenny. Yes. Never really liked it. I've watched it. I've watched it lots. Just gold there. Also great, but I mean, like, works better in animation, to be honest. Like, I'm not gonna lie. You sit there and like, holy fuck. You went there? You went there? Whee! Again, I said freedom of speech, but, like, shoving up. Like, do what you want. You know, if you do this as a kink. Is this a kink? Is everybody okay with this? Spenny, do you need help? I know you have that sex show on your thing now. Which is cool, but I'm just saying. Safe word, brother. If you need help, just say pineapple. I'll come help you. Maybe. You guys are still doing it. If this is an act, this is a great act. I think even the Marx Brothers would be like going like. I feel genuinely like Spenny if it's like, because there's points that I'm like, computer died there anyway. But there's times I'm actually like legitimately worried. I'm legitimately worried. Yes. Oh my god, we can get into Canadian comedy. That's going to be a branch. I got to do like a whole thing on this if I'm going to do comedian stuff. So there's Wayne Schuster, SCTV, like where those people went. We can talk about Rick Moranis. My god, I got a lot of stuff. Oh, I can sit down and talk for hours on this. Well, I already introduced you in an earlier episode about my John Stalker, John Candy connection. And I still think that Candy Street, right? Fuck Dundas. Candy Street. Yeah. Canadian comedy. Hi, buddy. Corner gas. My dad knows a fella on there. My buddy was so obsessed with that back home. Curtis, Jesus Christ, he owned like We went to the UFA, which is United Farmers of Alberta, which is like sort of a gas station in Alberta. Here's a little sidetrack thing. We walked in, and corner gas shit was everywhere, everywhere. And we used to work at the oil patch during these days, but so you had money to burn, right? It was like, all right. So this is a time to introduce Curtis, just to kind of give you an idea of what we used to get involved with. So Curtis and I one day were driving, and he's like, "You hungry?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "All right." Pulls into McDonald's. He's like, "Hi, I'd like 72 cheeseburgers and a Big Mac done up like a cheeseburger." And he looked at me. He's like, "You want anything?" I'm like, "No, I'm good." He's like, "All right, yeah, that's it. Oh, and 2 Cokes. You want a Coke?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll have a Coke." 2 Cokes. And they're like, what? 72 cheeseburgers, quarter pounder, or whatever it was, the cheeseburger, and 2 Cokes. So we pull up, and they're laughing. He's like, I want this. Get cooking. And they're like, "It'll take some time." He said, "I'm going to pull over there, and I'm going to wait until you make me 72 fucking cheeseburgers." And so he gave us our 2 Cokes. We pulled up there, and we sat there, and we waited. We were listening to, I think, heavy metal. I don't know what we were listening to, Curtis. Yeah, you listen to this. You'll be like, That wasn't the first time that asshole did this either. We were sitting there, and my buddy Goose's wedding, and it's the same sort of shit. And he's like, "Hey, who's hungry?" He's like, I think it's 72 again. And we used to drive around, throw them at people's cars. Man, we were rebels. Fuck. Dirty, dirty, dirty boys we was. Anyway, corner gas. Fucking walk in, and all this products all over UFA, and the guy drops like probably $300 and bought every fucking thing in there. He's wearing the jersey. He had like 2 hats. He had the t-shirt. He's like, "Put on the t-shirt." I was like, "I don't want to put on the fucking t-shirt." "Put on the t-shirt." No. Like, it's like, it's just like, oh, Curtis. He's a great guy. This guy, you wouldn't believe he exists. You think I'm weird? He has a thing, Twitch. He's a Twitch streamer, but he has a pink mohawk and a beard. And he had a beard last time I checked. Beard, tattoos. He's great. But he's also like one of like a guy I really miss often. I would love to like just go and like destroy a town like we used to. Got away with a lot back in those days, brother. Got away with murder. Didn't kill anybody. I'm just saying you could, because like really, nobody had cameras or everybody knew how to keep their mouth shut. Mel Brooks wouldn't be able to do what he's doing today. Blazing Saddles. Hell, even fucking Spaceballs. What did you find? Nothing. You? Not a thing, sir. How about you guys? We ain't found shit. Oh, I'm just pictured Blazing Saddles now. Oy vey. I couldn't even say that. Oy vey. One of my favorite cooking channels is Uncle Roger. Since we're on comedy, I gotta say, like, Fui-oh! Like that sort of shit. Oh yeah. Oh. Like, please stop. I love you so much, and I think I'm gonna get into trouble. I know I am. You do it so well. And I've heard your real voice. Sorry, children. And I'm like, oh, you're so lucky. So if I do that, I'm not Uncle Roger. I'm like creepy white guy. Makes me sad. Makes me sad. And to be able to not do the voice. Because I would love to do certain voice. Like, I love voice work. That's the thing that I love about being an actor. Is that I used to be able to do this shit. I used to be able to be like, okay, so now you're like, pretend you're a Nazi pig, and it's like, like Zig Heil, folks. You can't do that shit no more. It's like you can't be a Chinese dishwasher anymore. It hurts. Because you could pretend to be that. And work out with a friend of mine. I did. A friend of mine I used to work out with all the time. Richard. Guy's like a fucking martial arts master. He's like one of our... But... There's times I'm like, we're working out together. I'm like, come on, Rhonda, I can push that better than you. He's like, fuck you, $25 more on your t-shirt. And I'm like, you're an asshole. You can't say that now, though, because that's bad. You can't say stuff because it might hurt somebody's feelings. You're right. You're right. I guess. Maybe. I don't know. Am I sitting here and like 42 minutes later and just gotten to the point where we're heading up to like the point where comedy's starting to stall, which is very, very interesting. There's an episode of Duckman that I recall where Alexander sits there and Jay, like he's comes out and Iggy Capolta, I think his name is telling really, really clean jokes, and it's putting out all these other comedians. It's like, why do you want me to investigate him? He's too clean. They're like, what? He's too clean. This guy's like squeaky, and everybody loves it except for Duckman, and it's like. At first, it's this ploy by King Chicken, voiced by Tim Curry, and it's like, and Iggy's is like a scapegoat, and Duckman runs on stage, and he's like, "Wait," because everybody's booing. It's because if he's drank anyway. Just drink. The bottom line is that he stops, and he's like, "Stop. You all came here to see Iggy because you think that he makes you feel good. Because you believe that what he's saying, his message, is a positive one, and it's easy to get into, and like we should stop being able to say what we want. And he's like, but it's comedy is not meant to take a knee. And that sounds really, really bad, but I don't think it should. I don't think it should ever take a knee. People can take knees, but the ideas of what comedy and what these kind of things really, really mean to us as a society. Because as soon as you stop saying that you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't say or think these things. Like, you can't jump off a building. Like, I believe I can fly off of that. You should grab me and say, Bulldog, you shouldn't be on that 12 tabs of acid and thinking you can fly off the balcony. Yes, but if like I just sitting there one day and I believe I can fly, and my friends go, I believe you can too, in an airplane or a glider or what have you. Just we need to open up again. There shouldn't be a time where people can stop and like comedy, especially comedy, should drive us. It should open us up. It should make us feel things that we're uncomfortable with, that we don't really agree with. And let that be the barometer to make sure that we're still okay. By shutting that off, I feel that we just kind of let stuff go wildly out of proportion. We need comedy in order to be a barometer, because if it stops being funny, then it's a problem, right? Like if I make a Hitler joke and nobody laughs, that's a problem. We need to be able to talk. We need to be able to communicate. Because as soon as we're not able to do that anymore, then I think we're lost. I really do. I really, really do. No matter how crazy or wild these ideas are, I think everybody has that right to be able to sit down and talk about it. Saying I'm going to go out and like massacre people isn't funny. Isn't a joke. It isn't nothing. It's not like nah, nah, nah. And then the thing is, if you want to laugh, then I say I believe that everybody needs to be wiped off the face of the earth, except for mailmen. I feel they've done enough wiping for everybody. Then there's the joke, right? We need a punchline. I feel that this lead up is far too long. This is the aristocrats without the aristocrats, right? That's what makes that funny. That's the Gilbert Gottfried's moment. You know. I said the first ever 9/11 joke. He said the second, right? The tower. My arms got tired. So a family walks into a tele agency. Oh. I think this could be a stage show. I guess it is, in a way. What's his nut did that 1 year, and Jeffrey Bezos. Sorry, bro, I'm not familiar with your name yet. Bo Burnham, was it? I know I'm not gonna bother looking. So I feel at this point in tonight, I'm just kind of reflecting on our state of everything. I'm sure I'll hear it in the comments section. Stuff's kind of heavy. Heavy loads. I don't know. If you like it, share and subscribe. Anywho's, still got a bit of list to enjoy. Probably talk to Billy or somebody else. Nina. Anyway. God bless.